Ahoy, you all. Hi, it is Tease. Good day, good afternoon, good evening. I hope all are well. Hope all are safe. I just want to say really quickly, in one breath, just know that everything that's going on in the world is because of you, and it's not necessarily because of something that you did wrong. It's everything happens. Basically, everything negative that happens, that's not natural. That's happening to cover up the truth, and sometimes the negative things that happen is not necessarily a bad thing. Like you'll think like, okay, everything's shut down. That's bad. It's not really bad. It's just more like, okay, that's a restart for you to pick up where the ball was dropped. And even with Kanye, like I don't necessarily agree with Kanye, but then again, at the same time, I don't want to kill the messenger. It's like with Kanye, although he is annoying, and I do feel like he's more of a problem instead of a help. He is still technically the quote unquote messenger. So it's like I don't want to beat him up all the way, even though I feel like, okay, it's like telling somebody, okay, don't drink and drive, but it's okay to kill. It's kind of like one of those things, like he'll give you something good, but then he'll mess it up with something dumb. But at the same time, if he's still the messenger, he's the messenger. So I'm thinking the more of the story is, okay, his I guess his story or his point, so to speak, give him the benefit of doubt as he's trying to bring awareness, like pretty much like, okay, well, since you are the chosen people, or since you are some kin to the Christ, or since you come from a particular bloodline, or you of a particular tribe, then that may explain why you always get the short end of the stick, and why you would be silenced. And that is true. Like when it comes to celebrities and athletes, if you flick on YouTube, it's basically anyone who says anything, even says, hey, oh, Negro, do better with yourself, even if you're helping in any way, shape, or form, not even necessarily saying that, hey, you are some kin to Christ, but any type of help, like, oh, okay, or I want to donate money to help help our community when it comes to schools and jobs. Like you're not really allowed to help your people. So it's like athletes and entertainers and pretty much anyone who's on TV understands that. So any type of help, they understand that you cannot help the Negro community or the nappy-headed community. It's known as black, but then again, black is not necessarily a group. That's just more of a nickname. Every word and slur that I use is a nickname. Even in the racial slur, those are all nicknames, but you know exactly who the hell I'm talking about, which is why I use it, because there's so many different names and nicknames, but no one knows the truth. They'll say that you are Negro, nigger, nappy-headed, black, but if you refer to yourself as, Hebrew, or you refer to yourself as a particular tribe, then that'll be unusual. Those aren't on the check marks when they ask for your race. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you won't really know the truth anyway as far as who you truly are, which is why, like I said, this is why the chaos is going on. Like, okay, all of these viruses in the air, that is because of you. All of the inflation is because of you. Gas is $20 a gallon, literally because of you. It is said that is why, and the dollar is going out of business now. I would assume that too is because of you. Because if you think about it, I know the dynamic would change. You give me $1 billion, even just me alone, and not even necessarily me and my people. Just give me $1 billion. That the whole dynamic in the world will change. So I can see the dollar dying for sure once they transfer the wealth back to the rightful owners. If you transfer the wealth back to the people who are supposed to be, money and basically wealth will fly out the window because they will crash the systems themselves. That's what's happening right now. Right now they're doing economic suicide, and which is still not necessarily a bad thing. Because like I said, they can send all of this to hell. That's fine, because it's not like it's something that we were running anyway. So yeah, we may have built the place, but at the same time, if I'm not the one, divvying out the numbers and making things set in stone, then it's like it doesn't really matter what happens with it. So we'll just say like, okay, I built a brand new house that I may have built it, but I'm not necessarily the owner because I don't have the keys. So that means whoever's the one with the keys, if they want to blow up that place and destroy it, then that's fine. Because once they finish destroying themselves and destroying the economy, then you can go in and rebuild. You could start fresh with your way, instead of having it come in to where someone left off. You see what I'm saying? Because somewhere the ball was dropped somewhere, and somewhere we were lost. So we lost ourselves when it came to holding on to our economics. Remember when I went back to the Moors? And now the Moors, those are more like medieval Negroes, and they say some of them just because they look like Negroes, they're not. And I can believe that too, because I know when I say we're literally from everywhere, here, there, and everywhere. all over the planet and probably all over the universe. Like, you'll never know what the hell's out there. And hell, some people have came from the pits of hell too. You know, 'cause like say, when you get people like Queen Elizabeth, those people are not from this planet. So like, you don't really know what the hell's going on because you've been working and paying bills and living under the bed your whole life. All you know is working and paying bills. So you don't know what's going on beyond, so to speak. So basically, there's so many entities, so many things going on, which explains the chaos. Like I say, you go to social media. Social media, my social media is flooded with news. How the hell is there news on my social media? You'll think like, oh, social media is other people, you know, with their content, and you click on news, they're like, Ukraine is on high alert. Biden did this, or the Democrats are nervous. You know, it's always something that's so dramatic, but they don't, you know, they don't tell you what's really going on. So I'm thinking when you get hit with all this chaos, it's something about you. It's something about what to cover up what is going on. What the hell is going on with this community of people? And I'm thinking like they're probably afraid of people learning the truth, which is pretty interesting because it's like, whether you know the truth or not, it's like who's really applying the truth. And back to the whole Kanye thing, by him actually saying that, like if he'll say like, oh, okay, well, you are of a particular bloodline or of a particular tribe, and all you have to do is literally get yourself together. And I'm not saying that everyone won't listen, but only a few people will listen. And like I say, and I'm thinking like, okay, well, why say it if no one's going to listen? But at the same time, he did his part. Cause that's the same for me. Like I can say what I need to say, even though I'm probably virtually only speaking to a pigeon in a dirty sock. I still said what I had to say, and hopefully, and it will reach who it needs to reach. You see, so just because he's reaching out and a bunch of people agree or a bunch of people don't agree, that doesn't necessarily mean that he did not do his job. So I don't want to completely kill the messenger when it comes to Kanye. But I will give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, okay, well, at least he did bring out the awareness that, okay, you are much more than a Negro. And there is a reason why that, you know, it's okay for, you know, people to talk down and mistreat you versus when they talk down and mistreat a certain caliber of people who you hardly ever see, but yet they're running everything, you know. So it's like, it's almost like, can you even say Jewish community, or can you even say that they're wrong, you know, without being shut down? And that shows exactly what's going on, and that shows you who's really running the show. But at the same time, it shows where the hell we've dropped the ball, because it's like, how the hell did someone take all of your power and riches like that? And it's rumored and said that you built the countries and you roamed the earth, but how is it that you're literally your back is literally being ran over, but yet people still need you? It's kind of, I don't know, like the people in my community, it's like we're in an interesting position. It's like we're quote unquote at the bottom, but yet everyone needs us. Like I said, even if they need us, just even as servants. Oh, I need you just to look down on you so I can feel like something, or I need you for your money, or I need you to have someone to blame when bad happens. You know, whatever the case may be. It's like, sometimes we're looked down on, but we're also admired. So it's kind of like we're a gift and a curse. So it's kind of like, maybe that means which side are you? Are you on the right or wrong side of this situation? But all I'm saying is just know that basically everything that's going on in the world right now is because of you. This is all about covering up the truth. So like I say, when you see gas hit $20 a gallon, and it has something to do with a certain caliber of people. Yeah, because like I said, with all the chaos in the world, things doesn't have to be like this. Because like again, if it's really about money, there's enough billionaires out there. Even if it's 5 or 6 billionaires out there, there's enough billionaires out there to balance out what will be needed if it's really about saving the economy. You know, and I'm thinking the problem is there is no balance, and there is no the other side. Like basically, those universal laws are not being fulfilled.